Friends, welcome to Simzuu. We have already started another series, that is a management series or a self-development series. Now we get inspired by so many books. It's in the fitness of things and our endeavor to bring out these books to you in the most simple manner. Apart from the other personality development traits or lessons which we share with you. Today, again inspired by a book written by an author called Annie Bogle. On overthinking, we have come with this video to you. We all think too much. Is it necessary? Is it really going to do some good to you? And we think and think and think, and the mind becomes a thinking box. And here are some of the stories which people entertain by thinking too much and how they resolved it, how they came out of it, some of them how they got entangled into it, and all of that. First is, we cannot control our circumstances, but we can control our thoughts. Say, let's take the story of Airbnb. During COVID-19, what happened is, the pandemic hit and Airbnb's bookings plummeted. They couldn't control the global lockdowns, but what they did is they shifted their mindset, pivoting to long-term stays and virtual experiences. Slowly and slowly, this reframing of their mindset led to their survival and eventual IPO. Okay. Just to give you a simple example, say you are stuck up in a traffic jam. Today in India, traffic jam is an everyday feature. You get stuck in a traffic jam. Then what they do? People give different reactions. Some curse the government, some curse the police, some curse each other. The cases of road rage have exponentially increased in the last year. You cannot see a smooth sailing traffic. Somebody or the other is fighting with somebody or the other. There could be reasons, good and bad, real and unreal, for the chaotic traffic. But then what can you choose to do? You can just shift your mindset, learn to a good speech, learn to an iPod, learn a language, learn a new skill. Why, you see, 3 months, a friend of mine, he did this experiment and he wanted to learn a new language. So he used to listen to podcasts and used all his traffic time and devoted that time only to self-development. And after 3 months, he was almost a master at that new language. Another formula, friends, according to the author, to avoid thinking too much is decide once and eliminate decision fatigue. Have you ever thought, God has given you 24 hours. Some suffer from insomnia also, sleeplessness. He gets up in the night. And in a moment, that thought catches him again. And then he understands that for, say, 18 hours, 20 hours, he is thinking only on one topic, which ultimately gives him a decision fatigue. You cannot articulate your thoughts properly. So how can this be done? You can compartmentalize your time. In these 2 hours, in the evening, say 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I will only be doing the thinking. And this is a process. It requires practice. Initially, you might say, how is this possible? Thoughts will come and go. But then this is what is to be learned. And if you learn compartmentalization, let me assure you that you will be thinking only for 2 hours. It is going to save you of the decision fatigue. Say what happened to Apple and its product strategy. Steve Jobs cut Apple's product range drastically when he returned in 1997, focusing on only 4 categories. That's all. This one decision removed countless debates, and ultimately the lesson which all others also learned was simplify. Consistent frameworks eliminate mental clutter What we do is we have too many options. Just think of a situation, you go to a restaurant and then the steward comes and keeps up a menu card in front of you. And then you go on reading the menu card again and again and again and again, and ultimately you come to a decision. The only decision is you ask your friend, come on, order something. You just went through the, skimming through the menu card again and again and again, but you could not decide. Now this invites another trouble. If all the while you are doing this, you slowly and slowly become a product of indecisiveness. Without your knowledge, you learn one skill, that is indecisiveness. Then it becomes very hard to decide. So what is to be done is, the formula again is very simple. Decide once and eliminate the decision fatigue. But once you decide, you have to see all the pros and cons, the SWOT analysis, what is your strength, weakness, opportunity, threat, different ways of looking at things, say a 360 degrees effort. What can go wrong in this? Do a pre-mortem, that what could go wrong? Well, this could go wrong. What are the three unintended results which you think may be there, which you might have to face? This sort of an analysis and an analytical thinking is very, very important. Now, the next formula for avoiding thinking too much is to understand that ruminating on a problem is not the same as solving a problem. Have you seen cows and buffaloes? They eat something and they keep on ruminating it. Yes, that is rumination. And then they say that it goes, they have a different setup of stomachs than the human, and then it slowly goes in their stomach. But they ruminate. Same thing happens with human when they think. He goes on thinking and thinking and thinking and this way and thinking. So much thinking that ultimately he is only a thinking animal, nothing more than that. We are good at thinking, but not good at taking action. We should be good doers, not good thinkers. Thinking is, of course, I will not rule out the importance of thinking, but ultimately what matters is the taking of the action. Now, just think of, say, the Nokia story. Nokia had internal reports about smartphones coming the market, they are entering the market, and these threats were for years. But Nokia failed to take action, any decisive action. Have you ever noted when, say, 10 to 12 years or maybe a bit more here and there, earlier Nokia ruled the Indian market. There was no Samsung, there was no Apple, there was nobody. Slowly and slowly what happened is that later other players came, because meetings and discussions by Nokia never let them take any bold steps itself. They were just holding one meeting after another. And then the lesson is, talking about a problem, remember friends, is not solving it. Sometimes you talk your problems with your friends, but that is not solving of a problem. A delay which is disguised as discussion, you say then, well, I was just discussing. Your delay is because of your discussion. Understood, but yet it is a delay itself. Sometimes you have to fix up a time frame. This is, you are going to give it 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, action is to be taken. Then you decide your time frame, that this problem requires 2 days. After that, action is to be taken. 5 days. After that, action is to be taken. Otherwise, think of a country. Say, for example, one country is attacking the other, and the other country is just making plans how to attack and how to attack and how to attack. A point will come when you have to attack. And why? Remember what Alexander the Great said. He said, if you avoid fighting your battles, one day in life you will understand that there was no option left with you, and that is why you did it. Means you fought all those battles. Mentally, you never fought one, but in actual life, you have already fought all those battles. So instead of that, let us streamline your thinking and your action should concur. Think properly, think, and don't ruminate upon the problem and do the same thing and same thing and same thing. Sometimes you always have to think that I was thinking, what is the dividend? What is the result? I came to solution A. Then I started thinking in another manner, but again I come to solution A. Then a third way, again I come to solution A only. And ultimately my common sense tells me that solution A is the only answer. Once you get this answer, delving upon more time on the topic is waste of time. So don't ruminate on a problem, because ruminating on a problem is not the same as solving it. Now friends, you can't think your way into a new way of living. You have to do the opposite. You have to live into a new way of thinking. Likewise friends, if you disturb the monotony of the way you sit in your car, the road you travel, why can't you disturb the monotony of your thinking? Sometimes there are some traits which we have acquired. You get a bad news, the reflex is you freeze, you flee, or you fight. Sometimes you have to disturb this also. The way in which you respond is conditioned. There is a pattern in that. And psychologists say that you disturb the pattern. Sometimes some people get frightened early in the morning, some get frightened when in office, some when they leave office, some while they are sleeping. So you have to disturb this thing. Sometimes just for a change, remove everything from your head, go and stand in front of God or whatever you believe, and then put your problems in a same package before a different person, before a different deity, before a different power, whatever you can say. And you will find different results. That is what we see. And don't wait until your mind is quiet. Quiet your mind by acting. See, we have the Ola electric example. Ola jumped into the electric vehicle market despite operational chaos. While critics debated, Ola launched, Ola learnt, Ola earned also. And while others were just debating and debating and debating. So the lesson is momentum builds clarity, and don't wait for peace even though it is involves some purposeful environment, or it also involves some sort of a movement. You have to go for it. You have to go and achieve it. Okay. And the last principle, friends, in avoiding thinking too much is, you don't have to go with every thought that knocks the door of your mind. No. You have to remember the Ockham's principle. Ockham said that the fewer the assumptions, easy it is to decide. What you do is, you have a multi-pronged approach to more assumptions and more assumptions and more options. No. I'll tell you the corporate story of Google and social media. What happened is, Google brainstormed multiple social platforms such as Orkut, Google, Buzz, but chasing every idea diluted focus. There is a saying, you should not chase 3 rabbits at the same time. And eventually, they realigned to core strengths. This is what they did. And the final lesson of that flood was, not every thought or trend deserves your company's time and investment. Same is with your life. Every thought which you entertain, in split seconds you have to understand, is this worth or no, or it is just something, a food for rumination. So it's somebody plants it in your head and you go on thinking and thinking and thinking, and that's it what you do. And this is overthinking. No, fewer assumptions as per the Ockham's principle, and then just get rid of it in your daily life also. Not more assumptions. Have you ever thought how many decisions? We are not here to make huge decisions of our life. We make simple decisions only. Say for example, what shirt should I be wearing in going for the wedding. Of course, women take a bit more time in selecting which sari should I wear while I'm going for the wedding. But then this is something bringing up some sort of a fatigue again, and you increase your mental clutter also. No, have a few options, decide immediately. Many a times it is this way, that I am going to go for a walk, and I am going to do this thing, and people read videos and people see videos and read articles on how to exercise. But when are you going to exercise? Sometimes there's one more formula. Stop thinking. Stop totally and start acting. The moment the thought comes, I have to exercise, just don't think. Put on your shoes, and action is the best solution. That's it. When you come back from walking, you will pat your back and said, yes, I have done it today. The credit goes not to you, but to the theory or the formula which told you don't think. Thinking makes it so. So thinking is going to cheat you. Don't think, just wear your shoes and just plunge into action. That will save you from thinking too much. Yes, friends, as at Simzuu, we have started up this new series wherein we are here to ensure that your personality is built up, because only a better personality can give you better dividends in life. Okay, thank you so much, friends.